Can you guys hear me all right?
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start from here. So, hi guys, this is Chris from Dorahacks. Very happy to host you guys tonight with the Solana Riptide Hackathon project demo session. Uh, so basically, Dorahacks has partnered with Solana since last year. We host seasonal and ignition hackathon for Solana at Asia part, and we have seen some superstar projects like the Solan, OneSoul, Stefan emerged at the very beginning from the Dorahacks community. So we are looking forward to see more projects like those to emerging from the Riptide Hackathon. And today we are very happy to have 5 projects with us, and they are Enchant Protocol, Crema Finance, Forart.ai, Sypool Protocol, and DID Network. Yep. So without further ado, let's welcome the first project to start, which is the Enchant Protocol. And yeah, and for all the audience, if you have any questions during the session, please feel free to ask in our YouTube channel. Yeah, and Leon, feel free to start.
All right. Hi, Internet. Um, uh, I'm Liang from Enchant Protocol, and we are building composable Solana NFTs. I'm super excited to share with you guys what we have built in the last 3 weeks. Well, first of all, why composable NFT in the first place, right? So despite the hyper growth of NFT adoption in the past 2 years, NFT is still very much traded as a token with some visual representation and functionalities, right? But from first principle, we believe NFT are really objects on the internet that are programmable and interoperable, right? It can do a lot of things, right? And from what we learned from the DeFi summer and the breakout of DeFi Legos, we believe that composability will really unlock the true power of NFTs. But let's be more specific. So if we look at the TradFi version or real life version of NFTs, for example, the showing example, like rare collectible stamps or jewelry is made from precious metals like gold, platinum, and silver. They all possess both intrinsic value as well as rarity value. And with that as a lens, if you look at NFTs, mostly they only possess rarity values, right? So how can we make them more awesome? So composability can change that, right? So in this case, for example, if we can inject or embed fungible token like SOL into NFT, it becomes something else, right? Now it possesses both intrinsic value as well as rarity value. And if we can embed NFTs into other NFTs, because of the diversity of NFT properties, it opens a lot, much more possibilities. So why does it matter, right? So in the case of embedding fungible tokens, right? If we embed SOLs into NFTs, it basically creates a hard floor price for the NFT. For example, if you embed one SOL into any arbitrary NFTs, right? Now it worth at least one SOL, right? Because our protocol also allow us to withdraw the fungible token from the NFT or burn the NFT to recover the SOLs we embedded. And this is great for both project team and NFT collectors because for the project team, they don't really have to worry as much about the floor price anymore, right? Because if they embed the fungible token during the launch, right, so this basically create a hard floor. And for the NFT buyers, right, for them, they don't have to worry about the value of NFT go to zero, right? It basically allow them to recruit some of the values. And for the NFT plus NFT embeddings, it basically allows us to create NFTs to combine NFT with different functionalities. For example, maybe you have NFT with really dope image, but another NFT that doesn't have a really nice picture, but it's give you certain privilege. For example, it allow you to enter a really interesting DAO or Discord channel, right? So if you're able to create NFT and combine them, it's create a lot more new usage and use case for NFTs. Well, introducing Enchant V1, right? So for this hackathon, we and with the protocols we just talked about, the embedding features, we built two features, right? So the first one is what we call the synthetic NFTs, right? It started as a testing feature. We just really wanted to create some NFTs for testing. So we need to generate some NFTs, and one of the ways is to really just copy the URI of existing NFTs. But then later on we thought it's an interesting feature in the sense that maybe you like the NFT and you want to right click and save it, but this is really just right click and save programmatically. But the interesting part is what if we embed the synthetic NFT with fungible tokens like SOL, right? Because the synthetic NFTs are really just copies the worth nothing, right? But now we can actually embed fungible token into it. So it's not called NFT, but worth has as a face value. So we thought that's pretty cool, and this is the meat of our project. It basically allow you to create to embed your own NFTs with either fungible token or other NFTs. The embedded NFT now basically delegated their ownership to the root owner of the NFT. And you can sort of form a tree structure when you embed NFT into some other NFTs. And the owner of the NFT and owner of the root NFT basically own the whole tree of the NFT. Right? So if you give up the ownership of the root NFT, you pretty much transfer the whole collection to somebody else. And this is roadmap. So we're basically building the V1 version of the protocol. We want to showcase the cool part of NFT composability. But what we think is really going to demonstrate the true potential of NFT composability is the launchpad feature. So we will allow projects to easily, integrate and combine NFT with fungible tokens, so that they can easily launch a token, launch an NFT with a hard floor price, and it also allows users to display their NFT with the embeddings, right? Because currently the protocol is backward compatible with all the existing NFTs, right? So you cannot, if you just show it on a Phantom wallet or a Magic Eden, it doesn't really display the embeddings. So we want to build a launchpad marketplace that display the embeddings as well, both fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens. So user can actually see what's the embedding inside. And lastly, we thought, if you manage to build a small ecosystem around, NFTs with embeddings, it will make a really interesting usage when it comes to lending, right? Because previously, or even now, NFT as a collateral for lending is not really easy. You need to jump a lot of hoops to, basically either use an Oracle or fractionalize NFT into fungible token to access liquidity to allow you to use it as a collateral. But for NFT with fungible token as embedding, we can basically liquidate the NFT and recover the fungible token. Right? So in a sense, it can be liquidated like any fungible token, and that makes it really easy to be used as a collateral for lending. And yeah, so we just want to, highlight that NFTs are really object on the internet that's operable and programmable. So what's happening today is really just the beginning, and there's a lot more we can do. And we think composability is a key to open that door of endless possibilities. And I think I'll do the demo of the project. Yeah, so this is the page, the two features we mentioned about. Now, the first one is we can create synthetic entities of the existing entities. So this is just some arbitrary entity we loaded from DevNet. Like we don't own them at the moment. Yeah, so this is my own collection, right? Under my own account. And I can just pick one entity, and I can create a synthetic version of it. But the cool part is I can also inject soul into the entity, right? And I can configure it to be reversible into irreversible. In the case of the embedding being reversible, it's sort of like a container, right? That I can, or like a vault, I can actually recover the fund I embedded. But if I configure it to be irreversible, the fungible token, the soul, is binded with NFT permanently. And if I really want to recover the fund, I have to burn the NFT. Yeah, so this is the cool feature. And let's do reversible. Yeah, so this is the synthetic version that I created. And you can see that, it contains 0.1 soul. If I go back to view my own NFT, it will show up right there. Yeah, and if I want, I can recover the 0.1 soul I embedded. So let me just check my current balance. Anyway, I can extract. Yeah, and now it's just a normal synthetic NFT without the font inside. And I can also embed NFTs and souls into my own NFTs. For example, like the NFT I just created. Currently, it doesn't contain any NFTs. I can embed and just pick one NFT that I'm interested in. I can just embed it inside. And once that happens, it basically forms a tree structure. This is an entity that's currently contained in this entity. There's another NFT there is because this is already NFT with some embeddings, right? Maybe I can just show some other NFT with more embeddings. This is the one I created previously. Yeah, so this is a much deeper tree. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it has 6 and 7 NFT embedded. And if I transfer this NFT to somebody else, I basically transfer this like 8 NFT altogether to somebody else. Yeah. All right. I think I'm done.
Cool. Yeah, got it. This is actually looks really interesting to me, and just like you mentioned, it's very similar to DeFi logo, but it's about the NFT one. It could bring more entertaining element to the NFT players and collectors, and create their own NFT. One question from me is that, is there like any limitation about the NFT you embed with each others? So like if two projects launch two batch of the NFT and they are totally irrelevant, so like is it possible in the future that to embed two different NFT into one?
Well, if I get your question correctly, it doesn't really matter like if they belong into the same collection, right? For example, the NFT I just showed, it actually contains arbitrary NFT, like these numbers here and this random like profile of somebody that is not really related, so they don't really belong to the same collection. But yeah, I think what you want to ask is, other than the delegating of ownership, right? What other features? For example, if you want to put into context of the actual game, right? The relevant embedding is more like a collection of armors, right? So maybe you've got some weapons and armors, and when they got embedded, their property will change. So that would require some more offline customizations. Essentially, what can be done is like we can create a container NFT, and we can embed other NFT into the container NFT, and then we will have an offline service to basically listening to the embedding events to figure out what's the embedding inside, and depending on the combination of the embeddings, we figure out the new NFT properties, and we kind of need to modify them dynamically. That definitely can be done, and we actually seen projects that does that. But again, that would make it much less generalizable. If that makes sense, right? Because we are basically making it really constrained into one use case. But yeah, I think it's definitely possible. But it's more like the derivative of the current protocol. The intention is to make it really generalized, make it really like general, and so that we can explore the different possibilities. For example, the embedding of fungible tokens. It's probably more relevant to profile peak or NFTs, or just really the current trend, right? Metaverse or profile peak, things like that. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, got it. Thanks for the presentation, and thank you for the time and joining with us. And we're gonna move to the next project, which is the Crema Finance. And Gio, feel free to start.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, Chris. This is Gio from Crema Finance team. I'm gonna bring you more information and idea about what we are doing and Crema Finance, what Crema Finance have done, and what we'll be doing in the next stage. Let me share my screen. Just wait a second. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, sure. From the positioning, Crema Finance is not only a DEX, we are also a defined infrastructure provider. We actually deployed the very first concentrated liquidity market maker on Solana mainnet. This CLMM algorithm is inspired by the Ethereum's Uniswap v3. It's a full upgrade to the existing AMM models, because most of the DEXs on Solana ecosystem are still based on AMM, but because the assets in AMM have to be spread along the whole price curve from 0 to infinite. So most of their assets are actually listed in the users' price ranges, and the overall capital utilization is quite low. But in our CLMM, we allow our liquidity providers to specify their price ranges when they add their liquidity. In this way, we can bring a much better capital efficiency and capital utilization for our LPs, because their assets are more likely to be utilized by users' transactions, so that they can generate more fees. And also, on the other hand, for those traders, they can also enjoy a much better price, because the market depth around the current market price in our CLMM is always the highest. so the overall price slippage can be controlled to the minimal level. And a good thing about our CLMM is that those users can utilize this CLMM to achieve the range order trading strategies. This is very similar to the limit order trading in those centralized exchanges. Users can open a position with a specified price range, and only when the token price enters that range, your position will be active. We think this is a perfect tool for those project owners and professional traders to manage their on-chain liquidity and manage their on-chain market making, because the market making in AMM models is very low efficient and is very expensive. But with our CLMM tools, they are more than convenient to manage their own on-chain market making with us. Another core function that we have built is the smart order system. Externally, our products have a mutual integration with the current largest aggregator service provider on Solana, Jupiter. Our products are mutually integrated with each other. That means not only the users on Crema can directly access the full liquidity from all the mainstream DEXs to share the liquidity through our aggregator system, but also those swap orders placed from Jupiter's aggregator system or from any other their partner platforms can also be handled by our CLMM pools. So in this way, we can share our traffic and share our liquidity. By combining the external aggregator with our internal routing system, we can always deliver the best price throughout the entire ecosystem to our Crema users. And apart from Jupiter, our CLMM pools are also integrated by some other major aggregators on Solana, such as OneSol, such as Prism. So right now, we've got very abundant ticket resources. We're also building another major function, which is the active liquidity farming function. This LP farming is very common in those AMM platforms. We're also building this for our CLMM. But the difference is, in our CLMM, we are using the NFT instead of the common fungible LP tokens as the proof of users' liquidity. We use NFT to record users' exact liquidity amount and the feature, as well as the price ranges that they have set with their position. But there's a thing, because every user's liquidity position is totally different and every user's NFT is unique. It's actually very important for us to have the standards to evaluate the values of every user's NFT. And it should be a very scientific and reasonable standards so that we can distribute our farming rewards fairly and precisely. For this reason, we have designed two kinds of different incentive strategies to drive our farming incentives. For example, especially for those stable pairs, we are using this overlapping range strategy. We're going to set a farming reward range for those stable pairs around the price of 1. And then we compare this reward range with users' price ranges to find out their overlapping range. Only the liquidity within those overlapping range will be considered as eligible, will be considered as effective, and they are eligible to receive our farming incentives. We want to utilize this strategy to attract more and more liquidity providers to add their liquidity around price of 1 for those stable pairs, so that the price of those stable pairs can be stabilized in long term. On the other hand, for some non-stable coin pairs, especially for some mainstream tokens, we are going to distribute our farming incentives according to the fee generation performance of every user's liquidity position. That means if a user's liquidity position has generated more fees compared with others, then it means its liquidity position is more likely to be utilized by users' transactions, and it is more valuable to our entire CLMM protocol, and it deserves more incentives from us. So we want to leverage this strategy to attract more and more professional traders and professional LPs to join the CLMM, because they've got the best capability of earning fees from any DEXs, but with us, their overall revenue can be amplified. So what I just mentioned is actually sort of related to our go-to-market strategies. For different kinds of projects, we have different kinds of incentive strategies to attract our early traffic and early liquidity. And we also have another focus, which is those emerging projects, as well as some popular meme coins and altcoins. And we think that market is fundamental to the overall prosperity of any blockchain ecosystem. For those kind of projects, we plan to support the permissions procreating on Crema, and also allow those project owners to allocate their own token rewards to set up their own farm pool with us. They can also select an incentive strategy that is suitable for their own project. So with those features, we want to attract more and more small to medium scale but highly active project team to join CLMM. Another topic about Crema is about our multi-chain versions and the core chain swap. Because we are focusing on different non-EVM ecosystem, we are planning to build our second version based on Terra. We are going to deploy our CLMM and smart router system on both Terra and Solana ecosystem. And also we will integrate with existing influential core chain bridges such as Wormhole and Orbridge to as the middle infrastructure. And also we will introduce the UST Sypool coins to set up the trading rules between two ecosystems, so that users can trade any tokens from Terra to any tokens to Solana and vice versa. And because the current cooperation between these two ecosystems are already very active, the natural market demand in terms of the core chain swap between Terra and Solana is already very huge, and we just would like to fit in this market demand. Yeah, and next thing is about our token model. Our token model is inspired by Crema Finance classic token model. Users have to stake their CRM tokens to get their VECRM voting power. The VECRM balance is determined by the CRM staking amount and staking time. And then all the VECRM holders can not only engage with our DAO, but they can also get a cut from Crema's revenue, or they can choose to boost their overall liquid mining APR. So with all of those use cases, if a partner or a community leader or user would like to have a higher influence in our community, they have to stake their CRM tokens first, so that we want to encourage more and more audience to engage with our project in long term. So as our mainnet product has been launched, I would like to share you some data metrics that we have achieved in our mainnet. Could you see my browser window? Can you see my browser window?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't wasting time on demonstrating how to use our product, because it's quite simplified. It's all about swap and adding liquidity. So because our current mainnet product is live on Solana mainnet, so you can make your swap either in our aggregator mode to be routed to a wider liquidity base, or you can choose to interact with our CLMM through directly, so that you can get the best price and the lightning fast processing speed. Here, I just would like to share a set of data metrics that we have achieved on our mainnet product. So far, we have launched our mainnet for just over 2 months, but our current TVL has exceeded 3.7 million, and the accumulated trading volume of Crema has exceeded 100 million. So it's nearly $110 million. And because the current TVL size of Crema is still very small, you can feel the actual algorithm advantage and the overall capital efficiency that we have compared with other AMM protocols. And the last 24 hours trading volume has exceeded 9 million. So compared with our current TVL scale is very high. And also we have got more than 12K total users, which is a unique wallet. So all of the data metrics is growing very fast at the moment. And we also welcome all of you guys to experience our mainnet product at Crema Finance. And because our farming function will be live very soon, and so we think we believe that by the time we launch our farming, all of our data metrics and the overall product performance will experience a new round of explosive growth. So we just want to welcome all of you guys to try our product and give your suggestions. Yeah, and that's it. That's pretty much about our project, and we love to hear more feedbacks from you guys.
Cool. Yeah, got it. Thank you very much, Jill. Yeah, it looks really it looks like a really promising project, and you guys have already achieved some milestones so far. So congrats on that, and hope you guys doing well after the farm function launched in the near future. Yep. And we're gonna move to the next project. Yeah, Hank, good time.
Hey, Chris, nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Okay, I guess first I'm going to share you my screen. Here we go. Okay, let's go to the very first page. You guys can see my screen now, right? I believe you can. So I'm going to get started. Well, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, probably for some of you guys. Depends on where you are. My name is Hank Lee. It's my great pleasure to present to you Forart.ai. We create to earn, we socialize to earn. Okay. So before I introduce you what Forart.ai is, I just want to briefly go through the industry issues we discovered before we kicked off our project. First is the NFT event ownership problem. Well, it's I understand things have changed a little bit now, but before we launched this project, there was no effective or fast ownership verification mechanism, right? And secondly, the NFT platforms, the majority of the NFT platforms lack social functions. Okay, and last but not least, the relationship between NFT enthusiasts and also artists. So basically, anyone can create NFT in OpenSea, but personal creation usually lacks IP effect and is extremely hard to get recognition. On the other hand, NFT artists, their creations are usually based on their interests and ideas. So these two can easily form a gap. So that's why this is the third issue we've discovered. Okay, but what is Forart.ai? So I want to give you a overall or a general introduction. What Forart.ai is. So Forart.ai is the first NFT social platform to provide AI technology driven by NFT SaaS services. It integrates NFT artwork creation and social networks for one-click services for NFT creation, publishing, and more importantly, sharing. Okay. So what is AI powered SaaS service? Well, Forart.ai will provide unified and also standard SaaS services for NFT ecosystem. Launch AI assisted NFT creation protocols, co-creation protocols for both NFT artists and also NFT enthusiasts. We will also have some basic functions such as NFT mining, NFT social networking, and all NFT blind box. So I'm going to give you guys a metaphor here. So the Forart.ai SaaS service is more like a piece of Lego brick. Basically, you can build any NFT artwork with our Lego brick based on your interests and based on your ideas. Okay, so that's the AI-powered SaaS service, co-NFT. So Forart.ai provides a direct co-NFT space for NFT artists and also enthusiasts, which will be able to eliminate the gaps I mentioned before, right? So Forart enables the NFT artists to design NFT artwork traits of various themes in Forart.ai's co-NFT pools. Users can choose their favorite NFT traits to create unique artwork. I'm going to give you guys an example very soon. So when the quantity of the artwork created reaches the maximum limit, which is usually set by the artist, Forart.ai, our platform will launch the sale and listing of the NFT collection on multiple marketplaces. After the Forart social platform goes live, the co-NFT collections will also launch on the social on Forart.ai's social platform. So the revenue and royalties of co-NFT sales will be distributed to artists, to creators, and also the platform at given rates. The rates is right here, as you guys can see. Okay. So social NFTs, this is a really important part of our project. So as you can see the process, so after the co-NFT artwork gets created or generated, it will be published on our social communities, right? And obviously fans can donate, can like, and can trade for co-NFTs. And at the same time, our platform Forart.ai would be able to authenticate the owner of that co-NFT artwork has been created, right? Okay, so that's this is about social NFT. Now I'm going to give you an example. So DAPP, different from traditional NFT creation, GAN-driven NFT generator can directly transform text into artwork based on the needs and description of the artist. It's simple, it's straightforward. So I'm going to show you guys an example very quickly. Sorry, by the way, this is on the image is artwork. You can see it's Hyperteam. He is the first co-NFT artwork created by an artist on our platform. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a video. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is where you go to get into the NFT channel. Okay, I'm going to hold on here for 1 second. So for creators and holder equity, there are 3 main benefits for Hyperteam NFT creators. Well, or any other co-creators in the future. Currently, once again, Hyperteam is the first, but there are more coming for sure, right? So each NFT you create you will get 50 tokens from us, and also you will also acquire 10% of the sales revenue and royalty, as I showed you in the chart in the previous slide, right? And also you will also acquire Forart token airdrop. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how you can co-create. So this is the chart shows the each party, how much each party gets. So these are all the NFTs have been created for Hyper Team. Okay, we already have, I believe, well, my data probably is old, but 200 users, I believe, more than 300 co-NFTs have been created. So as you can see, there are different elements. You can choose different hands, different butt, different mouth, different eyes to create your unique NFT artwork. Okay, even a tattoo. Perfect. So as you can see, the new unique hyperteam has been created, and you can see all the elements you have chosen. Okay, so this is another AI-driven SaaS service we provide on our platform. It's a style transfer. So you can choose any 2 images you like, and our platform will be able to help you to transform these 2 images into one. So style transfer. Okay. Just a quick example. Okay, perfect. That's everything I want to show you guys. Okay, so this is Hyperteam DAPP. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. This, as you can see, this slide shows the token value. So there are mainly 4 token values. First, you can obviously you can use it for basic stuff like trading and burning. It will also be used as governance and reward. Users can use our tokens to donate, to like, and it can also be used to pay for our AI-driven SaaS platform fee. Okay. A few grants we've won so far. We ranked in 3rd in the Cello Hackathon at APAC. We also won the Judges Select Prize at Kronos Hackathon. Okay, here we go. This is our token economics. Okay, so we are currently at seed round. Keep going. Just a brief introduction of our team. Once again, my name is Hank, and our CEO Jason, and CTO is Devin. What I want to, I don't want to take you guys too much time, but very briefly, the biggest advantage for our team is the technical background. We are rooted in AI image algorithm. That is something we are really good at. Okay, so technology background for the majority of our team members. Okay, we also have an advisor. He is in Europe. He's the founder of Cello Starter and also Devin's Heaven, and also Cello Starter. I want to let you guys know Cello Starter is also our first investors. Okay. I believe that's everything. Okay, our roadmap. So our project was launched in Q3 last year, and so far everything is on track. We are now in Q1 2022. So we just launched the co-NFT function on Solana mainnet, and also the smart contract has been deployed on Avalanche testnet. Okay, so once again, everything is so far is on track, and we have already accomplished the 2 milestones in Q1. Okay, profit model. So very briefly, the four main profit channels. So the first one is the AI Kits fee, AI Kits gas fees we charge, and also the NFT collection sale revenue, as I showed in you guys before the pie chart, and also the fees on SaaS API service. Lastly, the co-NFT royalties. Okay, I believe that's everything. Yes. So please do keep in touch with us, and I sincerely invite all of you guys. Just go to our platform, try the co-NFT. You'll be amazed by the process, and and also the benefits you will receive by co-creating a hyper team with us. Okay, that's everything from my end. Thank you, guys.
Got it. Yeah. Thanks again, Hank, for the presentation. And I promise that what Hank said is true. The process for minting an NFT is pretty funny. So if you guys has any interesting in doing that, please feel free to do that. It's really enjoyable process. Yeah.
Thanks so
And
much, Chris.
yeah, and no more comment from me, and because I have already very familiar with the whole project, and just hopefully the project could getting better and better in the future. Yeah, and we're gonna move to the next project, which is the Sypool Protocol. And Anna, it's your time.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. So, hi everyone, I'm Anna from Sypool Protocol. I'll start today with a little bit content about the team, and then I'll give you a brief walkthrough of our Sypool website so you could have a sense of our product and its current state. I'll also talk about our roadmap and ecosystem building and Sypool's role in DeFi spaces. So the team behind Sypool is a professional institution focusing on crypto currency quantitative trading and venture investment funds. Our founder Jackson currently manages a crypto hedge fund with $100 million asset under management. So that makes Sypool's mission and vision super clear. We are a asset management protocol built on Solana, aiming at providing top-notch investment strategies and asset management tools to our users, helping them managing their wealth in crypto world. We believe everyone, not only the rich, can get access to the top-notch financial services. We have currently built 6 strategic pools in our testnet website. So if you are interested in diversifying your wealth position with the help of a professional crypto hedge fund on chain, definitely check our post out. So here you can see our website. We are currently in the testnet phase, and the public testing is on the way. So weeks ago, we have cooperated with Project Galaxy. So those who are so lucky to hold the Sypool NFTs in this 2022 is going to be so cool event, and our Christmas NFT holders will be eligible for the wait list for public testing. So now I'm gonna walk you through the website. Yeah, right. Here is our dashboard, and we have currently still on the testnet phase. So but after mainnet launch, you will see several trading strategic pools right here. Yeah, we have indexes, trader base, and quant trading strategic with the tracking of a large number of various technical indicators to identify current market trend. And we also have directional investment, which will be made based on those signal trend. But currently, because of the testing, you won't see all of them. Right here is an example of indexes pool. On this tab, you will see the composition of the pool assets and their allocation percentage. So Solana Eco Index consists of Solana, Rave, FTT, Serum, Bonfida, and the distribution is based on various indicators, but mostly comply to the index features. And you can definitely looking forward to our SAP, which is the tokenized share of our fund, and this is a major function of our asset management protocol. So this SAP is tokenized shares token, and it represents a share of an asset pool. So in the future, SAP can be used as collateral. Also, there will be derivative tools, features, and options be launched for SAP. And I know like there are some other asset management protocols in this space, but Sypool is different from other yield farming asset management protocols such as Yang or other protocols because we are providing value in a professional quant fund manner, and the tokenized SAP I introduced before allows us to really build a composable DeFi Lego with Sypool ecosystem. So yeah, right here you can see the major features of our products. So we yeah. So like our platform token, SVP, would play an important role in our ecosystem. Right now, it is the government token, but in the future, it will be involved in some utility cases to complete the DeFi Lego. This would be our major competitive edge compared to Solana. I don't know if you guys know about Solana Finance. They actually allows everyone to open pools on their platform, while on Sypool, only professionals are qualified for whitelist. So experienced traders are better at risk control and are more rational when the market fluctuates like a lot. And also we expect more institutional investors to game in. So this definitely increases our confidence about the future trend of DeFi market. Our estimation of crypto on-chain asset management industry market size is 10 to 50 folds of that right now in the next 3 to 5 years. So that's around 2 billion to 10 billion US dollars. So yeah, this is important to notice that the whole DeFi space hasn't achieved even a fraction of its potential. And that is, at this point, we should just focus on growing the whole pie together, and Sypool will surely be evolving together with other DeFi projects. And we have this question about what DeFi really brings to common investors or users, except for unusually high APY and speculated nature. And investors are of rare conscious of diversifying their risk portfolios. So we see some outrageous volatility of crypto assets compared to conventional ones. And even though most traders know the importance of diversifying their portfolio, they still have no clue how to do it, or say the market needs such instrument like Sypool for completeness. So Sypool was created with that pain point in mind. We want to build a platform to help traders and normal investors with their asset management and risk diversification. In conventional market, the threshold for asset management is quite high. So this condition include having a net worth of $1 million or earning at least, I don't know, $200,000 within 1 year, and that might vary according to countries. So again, most hedge fund investors are individuals with substantial wealth. However, we believe everyone, not only the rich, can get access to top-level financial services, even with $1. So yeah, we want to create an open opportunity for a larger community. So there are people who are unable to access off-chain hedge fund position or similar financial services. Sypool offers a great instrument for both investors who are seeking for diversification on-chain, as well as professions who are ready to contribute to the strategy vaults using their hedging expertise. Yeah, and we have the SPY token system. So like I said before, we have the SAP, that is the token that's a share of each strategic pools we have. And we also have the governance token, which will be our ecosystem, which will be an important part of our ecosystem. Yeah, and here is the types of SAP we offer. Right now we have index tracking, asset-backed quantitative trading, trader-based and structured yield, strategic pools, and we are backed with a lot of strong VCs. So feel free to try out our products yourself. And also our ecosystem project Metable 2150 is currently designing their building block, character and bot features. Right now, their website is up for map and marketplaces with more functions to be added. So stay tuned of that as well. I think they are launching the first batch of their NFT in mid of April. So definitely check that out as well. Yeah, that's all I want to share with you guys. Back to you, Chris.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, Anna, for the presentation. And actually, I think you guys has joined Ignition Hackathon from last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is like a really pleasure to see like a project grow from a very beginning status to current current more mature, more better platform status. And you guys have so many solid investors right now. So so for Dorahacks, it is really honored to see how you guys grows and to anyways, it's just a very pleasure for us to see the results so far. And if you guys have any kind of the support that you think Dorahacks could provide, please feel free to reach out to us, and we are always here and willing to support the projects like you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thanks again, Anna. And we're gonna move to the last but not the least project, which is the DID network.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Xenia from DID Network, and I'm gonna give you a brief introduction of our product and then give you a demo of our product. DID Network is an open platform for decentralized identity, and our vision is that with the development of Web3, we have a lot of applications merged, such as social network and information flow. So we hope to build an open platform around the user's wallet identity and tap into the value of on-chain data. So this is the overview of our architecture. In the app layer, we have DID Passport, DID Auth, and we will develop some first-party apps. And also, we will provide Soda SDK for third-party apps to integrate with us. And for the network layer, we have SDK, API, Oracle, and as well as NFT. We will support multiple blockchains like Ethereum, Solana, ELF, and Near, etc. The main product matrix is DID Passport, DID Engine, and DID Network. The DID Passport is the unified decentralized identity, and this identity is tied to the wallets, and it will contain the analysis results of all the on-chain behavior. And also, all the data is owned by the users, and the user can decide to disclose which data. And for DID Engine, this is where we analyze the transaction, and we analyze these transaction behaviors, and we generate the complete user profile around these identity. We also hope to handle the ownership of data back to the users. So we adopt the solution of off-chain computing and on-chain validation. And you can see this is the solution we do to handle the ownership of data back to the users. And for DID Network, it's an open platform based on DIDs. We will develop some first-party apps and also provide open SDK and API for third-party apps to build the identity together. And for the first-party applications, which is developed by us, we will have on-chain credential system and on-chain scores for SHO. And for the third-party applications, like the third-party projects, they can integrate with DID Network, and they can develop their own applications, for example, the credit loan, advertisement, and other data-related products. And also, with the credit system, it might serve as the part of metaverse identity. As for the token economics, the DID tokens, the holders, they can have the voting right for governance, and they can also generate DID for free and then use tokens to pay the platform's value-added services, and also staking for third-party integration. And for the team, we have very experienced techniques, like our tech lead Brian. He has worked in Microsoft for several years, and our community contributor of Ethereum and Solana ecosystem. And our crypto lead Lon, he is the contributor to IPFS, and also developed decentralized swap protocols based on ZK Snark. We also have a lot of experienced staff who worked in blockchain industry for several years. And this is the basic introduction, and I'm gonna show you our website here. This is our website, DID Network, and the first part is the main page is the explore page, and you can search the DID you want, and you can see the passports. To see your own passport, you need to connect to your wallet, and you can see your passport here. At the beginning, you need to edit your passport, and you can choose your profile, your nickname, and once you create your passport, you can see this here. Here, this part is the score. We have Degen score and credit score and farming score. The Degen score, the 4 mark of Degen score and farming score is 100, and the 4 mark of credit score is 650. And here you can see the data visualization of the transaction stats, and you can see just how active a user is, and when this user is active, and it's very obvious. And also the recent activities here, and also the transaction categories. In this transaction categories, you can see the transaction preference of a user. This is the main profile of the DID passport. And also we have this explore page. This one is kind of like the social network. You can see who is following you and who you follow. And in the middle part, this is the actions that people you follow. For example, maybe you can follow some KOL to see what recent transactions they made. And in the future, when we have tokens, they can also charge for those who follow them. Also in the right part, we have the trendings here. And here is the rank of each score. And also projects here, we can have, as I mentioned before, we can have we have our first party apps. It's like the credential system, and also the third party apps can integrate with DID network, and they can have their refinement operations, like also may give some tasks, and they can use DID network to they can use these data to filter the high quality users, and for example to give some airdrops, or to give out some whitelist. Yeah, this is that's all for DID network.
Yeah, got it. Thank you very much for the presentation. One quick question for me is that, so how do you guys actually there are two questions. So the first is how do you guys metric the Degen score and also the farm score? Because I have heard Degen score before. It's like more like your performance about your DeFi use case. It's more like the conclusion about your past DeFi activities. But what about farm scores? How do you guys metric the farm score? Yeah.
Okay. My colleague will answer this for you.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. For these scores, we have many dimensions, and for each score we have we focus on different dimension. And for Degen score, you need to the buy and sell or transactions of shitcoin will matters more than other factors. And also for farming score, we need to analyze the data of your address when for the top 20 projects on Solana. And for the farming tags, we will set a tag for farming. And it is important that in the very beginning, because the addresses are not very as many as the other chains. So at the very beginning, our model will be like not very. Our model will be like not very accurate for the score. And when the addresses grow more and more, our model for the score will be much better than before. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, cool. And another question is, so how do you guys generate the revenue from the platform?
You mean revenue?
Yeah, like how do you guys make profits?
Okay. Actually, we have several. Let me explain this to you. First of all, we will charge the. We say it's value added service fee for users. Like if you want to claim some airdrop or invite other friends to join out the initial startup of some projects that which will integrate with our data system. You will need to for some fees. Also, we will have some scenarios of ideal in the future. Although the idea itself is free, but we can offer some services to charge some fees on this around this. Also, we will make profit from the third-party applications which they want to integrate with us. So they will need to stake or pay our token to get the access of the data. Also, it's like we call it a data oracle. It's like just like the Chainlink oracle. We will offer both the online and on-chain off-chain data access for all of the raw data and the analysis of the raw data of the all the transactions and other behaviors. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, and I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much, the DID Network team, and also other 4 teams that presenting today. Thank you very much for your time and joining us. I believe this is really interesting, and I definitely see you guys have a lot of potential to achieve more success and getting much bigger and mature in the future. So keep working. Hope you guys doing great and happy building in the future. Yep. Thank you very much, guys, for your time, and hope to see you guys soon. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Bye bye.